Good evening, folks. Can I get a quick test feedback on can you hear me, and in a minute can you hear the game? Now, is that really loud, or is it just loud for me? I can turn it down for me using magical remote stick, but let me know if you need the game turned down. See the doors open. Deal with that. Start up ETS. Instrument lights on, headlights on. Bit loud, is it? We can turn it just a little bit down. There you go. Right, we're driving a Class 68. We're on the Fife line today, the Fife Circle. That's the Fife Circle. So we go all the way up that way, I think. Or do we go that way? I don't know. We're going one way or the other. Going that way. There you go. That answers that question. So we go all the way up that way, and then the second part of the scenario will come all the way back again. We're in the glorious Edinburgh Waverley. Comes. Ooh, 170. Excellent. How is everybody today? Been busy? Had a good day? Keep yourself safe? Right. We are nearly ready to go as soon as we get the clearance to do so. Right, that's clear. Let's operate the brakes completely through at least, rather than just partially. Lockdown birthday, yeah, my son had a lockdown birthday as well. Just take it easy to the next signal. This is similar to PBL brakes, yes, Realnix, yeah, except that if you're not careful you can push it to emergency, so you need to be a little bit careful with your ply. So this is the brake handle over here, so you press and hold it to release, and press and hold it to apply. You'll notice the yellow one behind there, so if I do it again, you see the yellow one, that's the target, and then when you hold it and release, you can release. But if you press it too much, you'll push it into emergency. So you've got to be a bit careful how you apply the brakes on this one. It is indeed a 68, Ross Coles. There we go, we've got a little clearance. Yeah, the handle goes from apply into emergency. Because the real one, effectively, if you look at it, you'll notice it's release state, hold, brake, and emergency. So we're in the hold state at the moment. If I pop it into apply and pull it back, you can go one more. Actually, the lining doesn't quite work out. But if I push it again, it will go straight up. Let's release the brakes. So, watch what we're doing, shall we? So you just need to be a little bit careful how long you hold the apply button down for. It'll lock in the apply position, so you don't need to hold it down. Right, applying some power now, get us a little bit faster. We're stopping at Haymarket, so don't need to give it too much, but we might as well take advantage of it while we can. Cass, there's no announcements yet on joystick support on TSW, and this is the Class 68 ScotRail livery, running on the Fife Circle line. A wee drama of over speeding. Ollie, how do I like the Colonel's driving style? I always enjoy watching the Colonel. He has a different way of playing the game, and it's good to see. Everyone has their own unique play styles. And at the end of the day, as long as you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. I really like the fact that Colonel operates all the levers directly. I'm a keyboard junkie. I like the keyboard, but there is something realistic about operating all the controls. Doors open. Try not. I'm just having a quick play of this to make sure it all worked on my system earlier on, and managed to somehow move with the doors open. So let's try not to do that again. Oh, more 170 action. Those doors are definitely closed, aren't they? Before I start moving, those doors are definitely closed. Yes, right. In which case, well, move. The RPM build-up is quite slow on this one, so you find that as you apply power, it's quite slow to pick up, and then you, as the RPM comes up, so the engine suddenly gets more power. South Gyle is next, 3.32 miles. Miles an hour limit now. Schnauzer, I will defer to Dimitri on pre-release streams on new content. I don't know what the plans are there. Hey Zedgy. Danny Beast, why was the 166 passenger ride to Paddington removed from the Westworld scenario? Because most feedback we got was that they didn't like it. We actually had a bunch of people in the office to playtest it as well, and most people were pressing escape halfway through it. Wondering what the heck was going on and why they couldn't drive a train. It's lovely livery, is ScotRail one, isn't it, Zedgine? It looks really nice on this loco. There's South Gyle. Do I speak Czech? No, I barely speak English. Am I a developer for Dovetail? I work with the dev team, yes. I'm the senior producer on Train Sim World. But I don't do most of the dev. I leave that. I've done it again. Fortunately, emergency doesn't stay in emergency. Yeah, we did as well, Danny. But yeah, the overwhelming feedback we've had is because Long Island had one like that as well. But a lot of the feedback we've had is that people don't like it. But you can do it as much as you like in service mode, so it is still there. $822, yes, doing very well, thank you. You started streaming off your PS4 to Twitch. Nice. Dimitri was a rough ride in parts on Tuesday, going 75 down on Twisty Mountain route in a 30 zone. Dimitri. Right, let's get stopped. There was no one around. Oh, we're a bit ahead of time as well. Nice. I'm paranoid about the doors now. I'm just going to have to sit outside. That's it, everyone's different, Vazogun. Dimitri likes being a nutcase. That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, 68s are really nice, aren't they, Carmo? Frazzlegun, I use XSplit personally, but I think that Sam and Dimitri both use OBS. I used to use OBS. I had some problems. XSplit fixed those problems, and I've just never gone back. Will there be Scottish routes in TSW? I hope so one day. I've got nothing to announce on that front, but yes, I enjoy the Scottish lines as well. OBS is updated all the time, Frazzlegun. And don't forget there's other sub-variants of it like Streamlabs, and there's somebody else that's done one as well. Streamlabs OBS is very good. Do I know the Czech Republic? I know the Czech Republic. Don't know lots about the Czech Republic. Hey Tordek, how's it going? Time to go at some point tonight. And the door's definitely open. It's closed. The door's definitely closed. You're with me on that, folks, aren't you? Right, the doors are closed there, so it's not that paranoid or anything. Dalmeny. Dalmeny, I think, puts us at is the station before the bridge, isn't it? We'll be crossing the Forth Bridge very shortly. I'm looking forward to crossing the Forth Bridge. This is literally the first time I've seen this route myself, so I'm really looking forward to this. How big is the route, Traden? I don't know what the mileage is, but it's quite large. Can I see this map? Yes, I can see this map. Strongly to advise you to avoid coffee. You got your bottled water with you tonight, Si, later. Tour deck, this is the Fife Circle. Sorry, I didn't see your questions, Dimitri. Raspberry Pepsi. Yes, Danny Beast. Drop to the 75. It was nothing of substance. Well, ask it again anyway. If it was important enough to ask it, you should ask it again. Hey Duncan! Headphones rock. Headphones that don't have ears are just missing something these days. That's my view anyway. Push it back up to the 80 at least. How much is the train detailed? Quite considerably. There's a lot of detail, like on the outside. There's these markers down here. We'll wait until we're stopped. I can't get the camera down. Plus, you've got a lot going on in here as well, so you can switch to different screens and you can track what's going on with the train. The brakes. There's tons of stuff on this train. One of the more advanced ones. But easy enough to drive, to be honest. It's not advanced because of its driving, it's advanced just because there's a lot of toys in the cab. Did I make the A4s? I don't make low-cost Fazelgun or routes for that matter. There are far more talented people than I that make that sort of thing. Alright, we're coming up to Dalmeny. DLC Rail fan. I'm not 100% sure about how this one will work with Rail Driver actually. I don't remember trying it. Not with the standard software. What things do I make? So I'm a senior producer, which means that I work with the team that makes stuff. I don't necessarily make stuff myself. I make PowerPoint presentations and Word documents and exciting things like that. I do get involved in service modes on TSW, so I've done a few service modes. And stop. It's the bridge of excitement up ahead. Who makes the trains? The train-making teams. That's not entirely facetious answer. There's a team that makes the art for the trains, and a team that makes all of the setup and physics, and another team that does all the audio for it. Oh, yes, I was going to show you the... so, down here, you can see the state of the brakes. There's other stuff going on as well that I can't even remember. All sorts of little details on this one. Right then, away we go on the bridge. .50 miles an hour. That's the road bridge. In fact, there's both road bridges over there. You'd love to see sprinters in TSW, yes, that'd be quite cool. Is the MP15 DC going to be on Lear? There's no plans to do that at the moment. It's not a straight conversion from the MP15 AC. It's different sounds, different physics, and it's got actually a different shaped cab body and a different cab. So it's different in all of the ways that make it really unhelpful. Beautiful bridge, this. Is that green? No, that's a green. Is this a local stopping service? Yeah, I believe so. We're not stopping every blade of grass, but a fair few of them. Of course, we're stopping at North Queensferry, so I have no idea how to read that dot product. So I won't try. Do I enjoy the life of a social influencer? I enjoy streaming and putting videos on YouTube and talking to people who play the game. So I guess so. I get to play games and share that with people. Feels like a good thing. Right, let's stop here. Train Boy, we can't change the name of the game unfortunately because Train Simulator is not supported on all platforms. Matt joining TikTok confirmed. No. That's probably not going to happen. Will this route be on TSW? There's no plans to do it at the moment, or no plans to announce it at the moment. Please join TikTok, that would be amazing. No! Right, we're now off to Inverkeithing. What do I think about Japanese locomotives? I'm not that familiar with them, but I like all trains basically, so I can say with confidence I like Japanese trains. I don't have a favourite football team, Frazzlegun. I don't follow football in the slightest. In fact, I go out of my way not to. Right, coming into a 40 limit, just using the electric brake to hold the train. Where are we headed to? We are headed to Glenrothes. The UK hasn't been thrown in the bin, Southwest. It's not that long since East Coastway came out. Right, coming up on Inverkeithing. Too hard on the brakes there, let's ease up. I don't do streams on my YouTube channel, Jay, because on my own account I'm a Twitch partner, so I only stream on Twitch. Obviously Dovetail streams are a different thing. Alright, coming into Inverkeithing. Slowly but surely. DTG stands for Dovetail Games, Frazzlegun. Only Twitch will put up with the stupid pink cone folks. Probably. You might be right, baby. Hey, wait, is that wall pink? I need to go and look at this wall now. Seriously, is this wall pink in real life? That's awesome. doors are definitely closed. Away we go for Dalgety Bay. I'm not sure what you're asking, Tradden. I can't talk about things that aren't announced. I'm not actually sure what's been announced on TS1. If I release the brakes properly, we'll probably find it goes faster. It is pink in real life. Oh, that's amazing. I need to go to the key thing now. This is the join at the other side of the loop, I think. We'll check on the map in a minute. Yep, that's the join of the loop. So we're getting onto the circle now. Hang on, let me just get up to speed. So it feels like we're going in circles here, same as any stream that I run, to be honest. So this is Edinburgh down here. Fourth bridge there. Inverkeithing, and then this is the loop of the Fife Circle. And since it's Scotland, there's hills. Is this a diesel? It is indeed, Train Boy, but it's a really super modern one, so it's actually very quiet for a diesel. Sounds more like an electric, to be honest, because of the traction motors. Probably louder than the diesel. My favourite British preserved railway. So I've not been to enough to be able to have say a favourite of all of them. I've enjoyed all of them that I've been to. West Somerset, Severn Valley, Bluebell, all excellent railways. If it's Scotland, why is it not raining? Well, there's the question. It doesn't rain all the time in Scotland, it's just frequently. I used to live in the Shetland Islands. That's a long way north, by the way. If you're in mainland Scotland, you're a southerner compared to the Shetlanders. Hey, talking donkey. Brakes are now off. Put some power on. Doors are closed. Am I a real train driver? No, I am not. I've never driven a train in my life. Aberdour is next. Basil, and your dad is a deputy manager of West Somerset. Oh, very good. Oh, I drove a little Sentinel shunter, 5 foot. That doesn't count. Brad B, sorry, what did I miss? Oh, you said hi. Hi. Talking Donkey, no, this is Train Sim 2020. 2.3 for Aberdour. Use the horn. I don't use horns. Have I gone past whistle boards? I've not noticed any. My favourite route on TSW. Oh, I've got so many favourites on TSW. My favourite route is normally the one that's just come out, to be fair. Because that's the one I'm playing the most at the time. Let's back the power off because we're levelled at the moment. We're about to go downhill. Kevin, improving the volume of passion of the console on the radar. Yes, it is. Without reducing the quality. It's not so much the quality of the passengers the problem. It's a combination of that and the pathfinding logic that they use. At the moment, they just end up blindly bumping into each other, and it just looks really bad with lots of passengers. Down the hill steeply into Aberdour. Clip the speed limit as we come down. Why do melons have weddings? Because they cantaloupe. Dum-dum. Thank you, 8-Bean Kid, for injecting your special brand of humour. Definitely want to make the map in TSW more detailed, Jay, at some point. Coaches. Were we on time? We were on time. Yes. Can you make crossovers on bends? I can't remember. Yeah, Ludmilla sounds good to me. There's a lot of German diesels I'd like to see in there, but the 232 is definitely one of them, Manani. Fazalgon, no, unfortunately. There's no way of changing what's on the signs other than actually getting out your paint tool and making your own signs. You can't double click on it, type in or something like that. Pesca, have I played this route before? No, this is my first time playing the route. I've been looking forward to playing it, but I just haven't had the time. And when I saw that Dimitri had scheduled me in to play it, I let out a little yes, because this is one of the ones I was looking forward to when they announced internally we were making it. Hey, Seaforcraft. Doors are closed. Release the brakes. Put some power on. Will I ever stream with Dimitri again? Well, we're all at home at the moment, the Pi Train. So, Dimitri's on the chat. You can say hello to Dimitri on the chat. But as and when we're back in the office, we'll have to see what happens with streaming plans. Why do I have the mic on my headset extended? Because I've been using it all day in meetings. Next station is Burnt Island. 65 going up to 75. No, that's true, isn't it? Because you're leaving, Dimitri. Boo. I have suggested that to him, Myanmar, but he doesn't want to do it. So. I've stopped suggesting it now, in case I'm upsetting him. Advance warning for the 40. Oh, I shall probably still be here, Amal. We're doing 2 scenarios tonight. Sea of Craft, it's down to the way it's set, but unfortunately Restream, the system we use to stream to multiple platforms, doesn't list Train Simulator as a real game, so we can't select Train Simulator. It's sort of annoying. Need to get onto Restream and fix that, really. Oh, I'm loving this scenery. Dum-dum. Passengers to do their passenger thing. Where have we got to? We are here at the moment. And where this scenario will take us up to here. Glenrothes with Thornton. Point was to check the doors. Doors are closed. I'm going to do the second part of the scenario a little class next, which is continuing the run back to Scotland again, or back to Edinburgh, back to Scotland. What am I on? You think when train drivers get the stop exactly right, do they say like a glove? They probably get bored of saying that real quick, to be honest, Gregory. I imagine they might do when they start out, but After day 2, when you've done it about 85,000 times, the inspector who comes along with you for the first couple of rides is probably going to be saying, "Stop now, please." '68 is diesel only, Moggy. Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it, Big Bean Kid? You know, when you play the game like this and you sort of think, oh, I'm on the brakes, off the brakes, on the brakes, off the brakes, and you start and you stop in almost the right place. And then when you actually watch the drivers for real do it, they always bang on the button every time with one brake up there, with, you know, easily. And it just tells you how much skill they've got, how much experience. Kinghorn. Should get another alarm for a minute for the 30. It is. Gentle brake on for the 30. Lewis, sorry, I missed the question. What was your question? Jayan 8706. There's no release date yet for the. I forgot. I still got it on electric brake for the M3. Jay, this has got air brakes and electric brakes, or dynamic brakes, depending on how you want to refer to them. Yeah, I heard about the steam hauling, steam excursions thing. Doesn't surprise me, to be honest. They're not going to want to give a cause for people to be out in public. As equally well, they're not going to want to stop there. Equally well, the cruise as well. So. High, low, high, high, low. No, not that way around. No DLC announced at the moment. The only Cobra, well, sorry, there is. There's the M3 that's been announced. Only Cobra, but there's always more in the pipeline. It'll be announced when it's ready. Doors are closed. Cacaldi. Right, Kirkcaldy's in 3 miles. Push it up to the speed limit. Nice coastal route, this. Passenger view. Little cause, how long it takes to start a route from ground up to release date? Well, it's probably 3 to 4 months overall, but that's with about 30 or 40 people working on it, so quite a long time. Routes take quite a long time to make. Run with the coming 65. What's our due time? Ah, we're well ahead of schedule. Do you have to see the route in real life to make it? It helps. It helps a lot. What happened there? I don't even know what happened there. I must have pressed the wrong button. See you later, Nigel Penn. What are we doing this evening, Forza Horizon? We are doing the Fife Circle. Well, we were ahead of schedule. I mean, I've still got a minute to pull into the station and stop, so we're alright. We're alright. This is a ScotRail Class 68, Tom. How do you get the ground level perspectives? So the team use a mixture of different reference material. So Google Earth is used for seeing what it looks like from the top down, and then working out where trees are and so forth. Use cab ride videos where they're available to see what to pick out any details from the cab. There's photographs on Flickr and other websites. There's a huge number of resources that can be used. And then the team just piece it all together and work it out from there. I can't do anything if Mixer's chat has stopped working. Tordo. Is Restream not working at all on Mixer now? Are the properties on the route accurate locations? Yes. Near enough. Brakes off. Power on. Glen Rothes for Thornton. 5 miles away. How far is the route accurate to the real one? So it varies on the route, to be honest. But track should be where track is. Signals should be where signals are. Bridges over road crossings should all be where they are. Built up areas like villages should be where they are. Key buildings like skyscrapers should be in the right places. Stations obviously should be in the right places. But if you looked at a specific house in a village, that wouldn't be accurate. It's just lots of buildings that are the same building. Otherwise, it just wouldn't fit on average computer. How do you mean? Do you allow some latency when you can't find references? Not sure what you mean. Artistic license, possibly. Yeah, absolutely, there has to be. It's never going to be perfect, so there has to be artistic license. Leniency, yes. Yes, absolutely, there has to be. Have there been pubs? Baked Bean Kid, I've got no idea. Right, let's push it up to the 80. Oh, we've got a really slow bit coming up. Look at that. Oh, that'll be for the junction. Thank you for the follow, Happy. Right, let's bring it down to 20. Filter. All the suggestions get looked at on the forums, yes, Southwest. But we can't make them all because there's Loads of them. Little Quest, I stream on my own one occasionally, not very much at the moment because I'm busy, but I used to do it every night. I need to get back to that. I miss it. It's one of my own scenarios. No, this is one of the scenarios that comes in the 5 circle pack. Karl of Khan, this is TS1. Sharp drop as we turn down here. Tripped me up. BT, you might want to re-ask that. I don't understand that you're asking that. I wonder if your autocomplete has gone crazy. Right, we're coming into Glenrothes with Thornton. We're rather early into Glenrothes. Will it make us wait the 5 minutes? Or? Everyone's safety systems are all different. Oh, you mean the bells and the horns themselves? Because they're solving different problems. So in America, a horn needs to be audible 3 miles away, I think it is. Whereas in the UK, 3 miles away would be a bad thing. Everything's a lot more squashed in the UK. Chris M UK, there'll be more trains coming at some point. The Long Island M3 being one of them. There you go. That was a good run. We'll continue from here in part 1 again. 874. Well, that's in sliver territory, isn't it? Right, let me pop this onto the pause while this gets back to the menu. Oh, I got an achievement. Half moon. Let's go and finish that moon then, shall we? Career. Gas turbine is in TS1, yes, Scarface. It's not on the 5 circle, of course, but it is in TS1. Pop it back to the game in just a minute. You were thinking of 313 for East Coastway. That'd be quite interesting, Pillars. I'd certainly want to see some more trains on the East Coastway. I really enjoy that route. Hey Jim Oates, I am doing very well. How are you doing, sir? Will the London Underground trains ever make an appearance? Well, ever is a very long time. I'm sure at some point in the future, in the fullness of time, all sorts of things could happen. But there's nothing to announce yet, if that's what you're asking. Welcome back. Just a couple of minutes before we depart for Edinburgh Waverley. Headlights, instrument lights, put the ETS back on. Right, we're ready to go when it's ready to go. What country would I like to see in TSW that isn't already featured? So many interesting countries. See that ETS engine spinning up. That's difficult. There's none that I wouldn't want to see. How's that for a useless answer? I want to see South Korean trains because I think some of the areas there are really pretty. The trains aren't so pretty. They're pretty bog standard. Australia, the Blue Mountains line would be good. I think it's Blue Mountains. The Russian trains look stunning. They're just exactly that kind of... The way Russian trains look is exactly what I'm interested in. I love that stuff. And Japanese Shinkansen. But also the Japanese commuter stuff as well, like the Wakayama Sakurai line that's on TS1. Will the M3 be in the Xbox Game Pass? It'll be available to buy via the Xbox Game Pass, but it's not part of the free part of the Xbox Game Pass. It's the same as none other DLCs are part of the free part. The only thing that's free on the Game Pass is the core game. See you later, Crucible. Timeliness bonus stores. Okay, here we go. Are we? I used to really enjoy. Remember back in MSTS days, there was a little local Japanese line in there. I can't remember the name of for the life of me. With the little Kia DMUs. That was quite fun. But no, I pretty much like all trains, so the more the better, in whatever shape or form they come. Oh, Dutch, yes, of course. Yeah, I would actually like to see Dutch trains. I used to really enjoy playing Dutch stuff in MSDS. Right. But I'm never going to turn down a train, so... See you later, Southwest. Alright, Cardendon next, 5 miles. So at this point, having gone from Edinburgh all the way up and around to there, we are now going to carry on around and back down to there. So you'll have seen the whole route by the end of this stream. And I will have seen the whole route as well. Oh, do you mean the in-cab bell, Baked Bean Kid? It wakes you up, doesn't it? You know what you could do though, Baked Bean Kid, is you could just open the AP file up and delete the file that does the audio, so you just don't get the bell. You'll have to pay a bit of attention to what's going on, because the bell is there for a reason, but... 60 limit across this section of track. Cardenden is 3 miles away. The vast majority of people, Transportation Euro, have said they don't want fictional routes. They want the routes to always be as prototypical as possible. There have been some fictional routes released in the past, but yeah, the overwhelming feedback is that people want real routes. And me too, frankly. Hey Taze, how's it going? Tour deck, don't mean kiddies, I think referring to the in-cab signalling system where, because at the end of a scenario you're approaching a stop signal, you get the bell noise telling you to slow down. No, of course, we don't get back to everybody in the individual suggestions they make. Otherwise, we spend all our life getting back to people on the individual suggestions they make. But as long as they're on the forums, we do see them. How much is this guy? Says the cycling guy. Can someone just confirm the price for this one for me? I can't remember. I'm assuming it's £24.99. The usual route price, but I don't know. Right, we're coming up on Cardenden now. Half a mile. Right, coming into Cardenden. Bleed off that last bit of speed. Just changed Sheffield to Derby. I don't think I've played that one yet, Transportation Euro. So each of the platforms do their own sales cards. So if you keep an eye on the Sony store, you'll see when the sales are for the PS4. Right, Lochgelly. Mr. V, I imagine extensions will come along at some point, but there's no plans at the minute. Yeah, this route comes with the 68, it comes with the coaches. I think it also comes with the 170 and 158. So yeah, there's plenty of stock in there. Just under 2 miles for Lochgelly. And the A4, yes, I saw that in the scenario list. Have you raised a question with our support team, Patty Epstein? So it's VR Class 68 in ScotRail, 158 in ScotRail, 170 in ScotRail, A4 in VR Brunswick Green, Mark 2 in ScotRail, and Mark 1 coaches in Maroon River. Trainboy Class 313. When you buy a route in TS, if it says in the product description it comes with the train, then you'll have that train added when you buy the route, yes. Right, coming in for a stop at Lochgelly. Of course, we're going up a fairly steep hill at the moment, so don't really need to brake too hard. Right, schedule. We're good. Train Boy, that's because I think this is a German loco. I think Vossloh make these, if I remember rightly. So it has its heritage in the German stock. Oh, yeah. Hey Klaus, how's it going? I guess I was a wee bit early. Do I prefer TS 2020 or TSW? I play them both. I personally spend more time in TSW, but then it's my job as well. So, but I enjoy both. I like the variety in TS 2020. I like the functionality and features in TSW. Doors are closed, brakes are off. You prefer TS 2020, do you, Ghost Jack? Excellent. Yeah, I'm not sure what the hill start procedure is on this train, boy. I'll have to see if you can apply power before the brakes are off. You probably can, actually. Yes, I know you can, because I was driving with the brakes on earlier on. So yeah, that's probably your hill start procedure, is apply power before release the brakes. I'll try that at the next stop. Just for the gigs. That's the advance warning of the drop to 30. But too bad, we're still accelerating. Code and beef. Hey, train spotter night. Charlie Gibbonson, this is the Fife Circle line. So we slow down to 20 and slow down to 30, and then we're going to slow down to 20. God dear. So CSX Heavy Haul Train by Class 313 was launched before Train Sim World on July. So it was the first release of Train Sim World was actually CSX Heavy Haul. And then the official TSW launch with 3 routes was then on July 20th. I'm sure it was 24th? I thought it was 29th, but it could be 24th. It was the 24th. Fair enough. Oh, are we in the top left corner? No, not yet. We're about halfway along. Over the fullness of time, Store XM, I am sure there'll be more content. What is this 24? Well, it could be in reality there's some unstable ground under the track or something. Rather than fix it, you just slap a low speed limit on it. So when will things be officially announced? At the right time, Atra McKinley, at the right time. Hi, you missed Cacaldi. God, slow old run to Kelvin Beef. Come on. I didn't really mean it. Screech, yeah. All the brakes. What's your favourite route, Chris MUK in TSW? Oh, hello. Doors are closed. Amps on the engines. Release the brakes. And away we go. Yeah, so that's the all-start process. Right, Dunfermline, Queen Margaret. Oh, the East Coast way, Chris MUK. Yeah. It's a good route. Mr. V, the braking system is definitely a challenge on this one, but I really like this loco. It's got nice sounds, it's got nice physics, good, great art. Got 67 kilometres so far. I mean, this trip we've done 9. Lil Quad's MP36 sounds your favourite on Coltrane? Nice. I do quite like the MP36. Do I find it strange that some railways have circle lines? Not at all. It's a convenient way of driving out and back. What engine does TS20 use? This version of the game uses its own proprietary engine. It doesn't use one of the industry standard ones. They weren't really a big deal back in the day. It was game studios would build their own engine and make the games within that engine. Was kind of how it worked back when this was done. And certainly there's no way that the early engines, like the Quake engine and that sort of lot, would have coped with a game like this. Not even a little bit. Do I have a favourite route, Chris M? I'm enjoying Hauptstrecke Rheinruhr, but I tend to play a bit of all the routes, to be honest. They've all got their attractions. I like Northern Transpennine as well, because I like BR Blue. Bit of BR Blue diesel. So Dunfermline is on a 1 in 72 down bubble. Let's get some of the slowings happening. Thank you, Christoph. And bring it to a stop. Somewhat before the end of the platform, but never mind. It's fine. No, I didn't, Danny, actually. That's a good shout. I completely forgot about that. I brought my Xbox down from upstairs, so I'll try it on that. Two carriages hanging off the end is better than all the carriages flying through and the train not stopping. So it's a big step forward for me. It's personal skills. Dunfermline Town. .55 limit, but again we're going downhill, so we don't need to give it too much. It's going to get there all on its own. The e-brakes to just maintain that speed. Yes, Rabbit Lover, this is 68. Wouldn't it be a Nebworth there, Paulie? It's, yeah, the controls, especially the brakes, are very similar to the TGV Flying Scotsman. The brakes a bit hard. Okay, because we are way ahead of schedule. All is good. Stopped eventually. Where are we now? Ah, we have now made it to the top left corner. So now we turn south-southeast and head back to the junction. I'm sure some bright spark can tell me the name of that junction as well. But, spoiler alert, you could say anything you like and I would go, oh, is that what it's called? Because I have no idea. The Junction. It's called Ethel the Junction. Is that what it's called, Baby Kid? Oh, okay. Inverkeithing South Junction. That's this thing, is it? That makes sense, actually. This bit. Oh, it's time to go. Dilly-dallying, looking at the chat. You prefer Ethel. I'm never going to judge your preferences, Baked Bean Kid, you know me. There are all kinds of factors that can affect the release date of a train, sometimes really close to the release of a train out around McKinley. Therefore, an announce date is only announced when it is absolutely firmly locked in. Rosyth, 2 miles. Yes, we're going to be going back over the Forth Bridge. That was one of the reasons I wanted to do the whole thing, so we get to run the Forth Bridge twice. Because yay, Forth Bridge. Christoph, on what simulator? TS2020 or TSW? Don't know what that was for. Go on. Doing fine. We're doing fine. Come in a bit slow, but our timekeeping is almost spot on. We're going to have a fly around and see what the scenery is like in a minute. Thought I'd wait till I stopped before I got out of the cab and started flying around like Superman. yeah? More pink walls. Oh look, bridges. Hey, do not disturb. Oh. That's Rosyth. I guess the next station is going to be Inverkeithing then. Yep. And then we run over bridge. What does my shirt say? On that side it says Neutronic, which is my nickname online. And on that side it says Matt. Hopefully the reason it says Matt is fairly obvious. Railstormers, you rode this route over the summer. Yes, that's good. I've not been on this line in real life. Yeah, Neutronic is the name I usually use online. Well, I used to use a lot in like first-person shooter multiplayer sessions. Right. But, more appropriately, it's the nickname I use on UK Train Sim, which is why it's on there. Right, we're off now to Inverkeithing. Yes, to meet you, Neutronic. Well, back when I was an IT contractor for British Telecom, my holding company, a friend and I managed to get some really interesting domain names. We got electronic.co.uk, neutronic.co.uk, and atomic.co.uk. And we thought we were the bee's knees for getting those domains registered. Yellow. So he had Electronic, I had Neutronic, and then the group we set up was called Atomic. Hence Atomic Systems that owner runs UK Trains. Wow, I didn't even touch a key that time, so I don't know what happened there. No idea why that brake just applied. Wasn't me, Governor. I wasn't even touching the controls. What's on those domains now? Don't know. Not a lot, probably. Atomic is still used because it still exists. Oh, it could be TPWS actually. .30 limit. Probably PZB. Yeah, definitely PZB. At McKinley, 47 miles long. Well, Sandpatch grade I think is 50 something, 59. Peninsula Corridor is 55. Oh yeah, red line. we are running a bit early, which means we're probably getting a train probably coming up that way. Peninsula Corridor's 52, is it? Okay. Isn't Northern Transpennine in the high 40s? No, Peninsula Corridor's a lot more than 40. Peninsula Corridor is the second longest route in the game, and it's the longest route on console. Yep, here he comes. A wee sprinter. Clear the section. Dispatcher's given us a go. The shortest? I don't know, the West Somerset? It's 47 miles, is it, Derek? Okay. Hey, we're back to the pink station. You're getting bored, train boy. Wow. Some people are hard to please. Caps, train boy, caps! See you later, train boy. Say, too much pink on the route. No, there's not enough pink. We need pink locos. That's epic. I am loving the pink on this route. Ignore the train, we're looking at the pink station. I feel like petitioning Network Rail to change all of their maintenance trains to be yellow, pink instead of yellow, because it'll stand out just as much. But does that 52 include the branch lines up above Rockwood and down to Salisbury, Derek? I'm sure the calculation I saw that 52 was the line, just the straight the line from Cumberland to Rockwood. I think it's a couple of miles up the Somerset branch to the Rockwood mine, and a few miles down to Salisbury branch, isn't it? Right, it's time to make our way over the bridge. We're not going to be doing anything German tonight, Mentionen, but I'll bring up the schedule afterwards, if someone reminds me, and we can see when what the other two are going to be doing. Yeah, 66587. I'm assuming you mean the one, the Ocean Network one, would be one of my favourite ones. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm doing the U-Bahn on Sunday, aren't I, Fabdiva? We have bridge sign. Is that like movie sign? Yeah. Upper 1 in 70 as we climb up. We're stopping at North Queensferry, full. That's when you're getting all excited about stopping and going over the bridges. Fortunately, we're going uphill, so. It's really cool. The last time I drove on this section of railway was in MSTS in Scottish Central, so it's really cool to see it in TS. You're more than welcome, Poker Moustache. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, 2 minutes ahead of schedule again. I'm not the right person to talk to about pricing, Railstormers. Poker, do I stream on Twitch? Sometimes. I haven't been doing it for a while now because I've been busy, but I want to try and get back into it as soon as I can. It's the River Forth, isn't it? But it's over. I'm making it up. Lil Quaz, there's no plans to do any major updates to the route like that. That'd be a different route entirely. Hey, no worries, Carmo. Glad you enjoyed it. And yeah, this is the first time I've looked at it properly, and I'm having a whale of a time. This is brilliant. Sit here all night playing this. Yeah, so if we just fly forward here, this is the Forth rail bridge, that's the Forth road bridge, and then this is the newer Forth, the Queensferry bridge. Basically this one was under too much pressure from all of the traffic, so they built that one and split the traffic across it. There's a really interesting documentary about, you know, giant structures and things, and they talked about the bridges. Ah, you're back on Twitch, Nigel Pin. Excellent. Yeah, it was really interesting because they tried all sorts of things to fix the bridge, forgot to do a hill start, didn't I? Derek, it's Friday tomorrow, isn't it? So, heck yes, Wreckfest tomorrow. Hello, Mr. Splinter. Good evening, Chris. Moggy, if we chuck you into the river down here, does that make a presidential wave as well? Someone chuck him out and we'll see. Yeah, that new update on Wreckfest does look good. That's an amazing piece of work. South Gyle is next. Does that mean we're missing Darmani? Yes. 5.6 miles. Yeah, the team have done a solid job recreating the bridge, haven't they? Have I played SnowRunner? Not yet, Danny, no. The fast bit of the route. Hey. No, this is going to be the last one for tonight, Southwest 158, once we get back to Edinburgh. Boom, straight into the 90 without having to take my foot off the pedal. The go stick remains down. Booking it, yep, absolutely. We spot our brakes down to 75. Release the air brakes, put the e-brakes on to maintain it. Don't need it. Put the power back on again. 2.59 miles to go. Because at the time when our team went out to do the review, Lilquads on the Peninsula Corridor, the PT screens weren't being used. It wasn't enabled at that point, so that's what's been modelled. Right, we're coming up on South Gyle now. Hey Joni, welcome to the stream. Glad you're enjoying the games. You see the PTC hardware is in the F40PH-2 cab, as it was when we were there, but it was off. See you later, train boy. Yeah, they'll all be black because the equipment was being installed. So like I say, if you look in the F40PH-2 cat, on the back wall over to one side, you'll see the big server rack of equipment which is the server rack for PTC. But it was all turned off. Stop it. Never mind. I want to stop here anyway. Yeah, behind the conductor's chair, that's the one. Whoa, turbo! Nobody look at my score at the moment. Nothing can go wrong. Yeah, I don't know where Restream gets its list of possible games from, but Train Simulator is not actually on it, where as I can see. Well, that's just rude, all this horn honking. Doors are shut. Be a shame to mess it up now. Haymarket, penultimate stop. Jim Richardson, you need to get this game, you love trains. Excellent. So this is Train Simulator 2020, which is only available on PC via Steam. There is also Train Sim World, which is on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox, but it's a different game to this. Fundamentally the same idea. Right, Haymarket, 3.3 miles. Welcome to stream, Jim. Right, we're coming up through into a 75, so we'll just accelerate to 75. And then we'll prepare to drop the hammer once we get through the 90. George Tatton, you've got the Xbox version. Excellent. At this rate, you won't even get to 75 before we hit it. No, there we go. We already hit 75. Ooh, we might be able to leave the weights on the pedal. Another turbo. Oh, we've joined up with the main line. There we go. Didn't have to take our foot off the power. PTC, Baked Bean Kid, is like PZV. It's the onboard cab signalling system. Positive Train Control is what it stands for. It's the warning for the 50. So what they call automatic train control, or ATC, is things like an alarm that you can acknowledge like that. It doesn't matter what I now do, it will just do, it's fine. As long as I've acknowledged it, that's it. Positive train control, like PZB or Access in America, will actually check the speed that the train is going and apply additional restrictions, like on applying the brakes, if you're not slowing down fast enough or if you're going too fast. Hence positive train control. It takes control of the train if you drive it badly. I'm not for 1 minute suggesting you would drive it badly. Drop down to the 35. Crazy Eyes, this is a Class 68 in ScotRail livery. One on him. Yeah, same idea, 5 yeah. Is it better than the one the New York trains use? I don't actually know. I mean, they're deploying. The Lear are deploying Access. Oh, get off of the. I don't know whether what Lear used would count as PTC. Actually, I don't have a clue. Oh my word, 9 minute wait. Really? Well, let's chat then. What do we want to talk about, folks? Nine minutes. Is that vodka in the glass? No, it's what a friend of mine used to call clear beer, but it's actually water. It's funny, we were in British Telecoms where I used to work a long time ago, and he literally had like a 2-litre bottle of where you'd get like a 2-litre bottle of soda or something, and he'd take the label off it and he put a white label on the side of it and just write clear beer on it, and it was just filled with water. Walking around in the office with his bottle of clear beer. Have there been any train wrecks before, Jim? So yeah, you can crash the trains. I try not to. TMS is a train management system. Little class. I can't remember what it does. I think that's how you can turn the alerter on, or something to do with the TMS, the alerter. I can't remember. No, you can't speed up time, Demat. Hello, Mr. Turbo. Reese, so I'm driving the 68 with the Mark IIs in the back there. Seems like a huge learning curve trying to figure out this game. So this game, TS and TSW both come with tutorials. This has got quite a large academy set, which is, but TSW's got tutorials for the locomotives, which teach you how and walk you through how to play the game, how to drive the trains and so forth. And you can turn safety systems off if you don't want to use them. So you can kind of dial up it and make it more difficult or easier depending on your skill level and your confidence. So it's not too bad at all. You can if you use async keys, yes, but then that tends to break other things Wilberforce. Async keys is bad. That's kind of what TSW does, Baked Bean Kid. It just pulls the screen to black and says, "You've done bad, dude." Or some localized text to equivalent of that. Oh yeah, I can show you the schedule for this. All I've got is a schedule for this week, though. So that's we're currently in the middle there on Thursday with me on the 5 circle line. Tomorrow, Dimitri with the Tees Valley. And then we've got a German weekend with Sam on the Norddeutsche Bahn on Saturday and me again on Frankfurt U-Bahn on Sunday. And little tiny me up here in the corner. Hello. Five minutes. I know, Dad. I know. It's not me that did this slide. Blame other people that don't know how many days there are in April. Let's just focus on the day. See you later, Mr. Turbo. FSX, which semi you better buying? It depends. See if the content that you want is in TSW. So if the content you're interested in is in there, or if it's in Train Sim. They're both good train driving simulators. TSW runs on more computers and games consoles, and can run better on modern hardware compared to TS 2020. But there's a heck of a lot more different content to use on TS 2020. So I would start by looking at what kind of things you want to drive, and then what routes you're interested in, and see if you find what you want on one or the other, and start there. Well, hello, another turbo. OSX Sim, am I a real life train driver? No, I'm the senior producer for Train Sim World. Other than driving a little Sentinel shunter 10 foot down a siding and back again at the Bluebell Railway, I've never driven a train in my life. Been in the cab of a couple, but that's it. Welcome back, Dr. Quebec. More turbos. It's all the turbos at the moment. No, I've not ridden on anything in Scotland for ages, Carmatt. See you later, Ross Coles. What are we at? A couple of minutes to go. We're nearly there. More turbos. Wow. The turbos are going crazy. Turbo crazy. I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. But yeah, we've got one more stop after this to get us into Edinburgh Waverley. And then we're done. Bye bye, Turbo. We've done the Forth Rail Bridge twice tonight. Once northbound, once southbound. Went all the way around the loop. So went all the way up to there in the first scenario, and then all the way back down, and now we're just basically hanging around here waiting to get to there. Alright, we're down to a minute, so let's get back in the cab. No, the MP36 isn't included in the Digital Deluxe Edition. Peninsula Corridor Route is, but the extra DLC trains are not. Jim Richardson, how long do you want to spend? Essentially, it's entirely up to you. You can do scenarios that are 10 minutes or up to things that are 2 hours. Or you can do multiple of them, obviously, and spend as much time as you want in the game. It varies. These two scenarios have been about an hour and about 70 minutes, I think, roughly. No collectibles yet, really. Disgraceful. All the 47s with the DBSOs. Yeah, nice one, David. A few seconds left and the doors will close. Hello? Okay. We'll just hang around here for a bit while the doors don't close. Ah! The doors have closed. Alright. And away we go. Do I prefer TS or TSW? Someone asked that earlier on, Cyprian. So I play both. I tend to play a lot more TSW because that's my job. But it just depends what content I want to play. TS has a lot more content, but I like the richness of the experience in TSW, and I really like the graphics in TSW. I generally spend more time in TSW though. .35 limit, we'll be dropping to 25 shortly. This is only a tiny little run, 1.5 miles. Good night, Jay. What made you want to join Dovetail Games? Well, it's my hobby, train simulation and trains, and I was luckily enough given the opportunity to do it, and I jumped at it with both hands, both feet, and everything else. Head first, one might say. Oh, hello. Get off of emergency. No. Do I collect Hornby trains? Well, my dad has a large model railway. Wouldn't go so far as to say collecting Hornby trains, but we've got a large collection of locomotives, Hornby, Bachmann, and what have you. How long was TSW in development before release? Oh, I can't even remember. A few years. 2 or 3 at least, I think. Put it this way, TS 2014, I produced and released TS 2014. Once I did TS 2014, shortly afterwards I moved to producing or doing tech design and production for TS World, or the game that became known as TS World. For a long time it was just called Train Sim 2, hence why the file names are TS2 Prototype. What's my favourite station on the circle? Inverkeithing. Because it's pink. See you later, dog, put it back. AWS? No? Wow. Double yellow with no AWS? Interesting. No, it was announced later than that, I think, Moggy. It was announced at the same time as fishing, or at least it was hinted that something was coming. Over to platform 2. We came out, we came back, we left Edinburgh and we arrived back in Edinburgh again. We saw pink stations, most importantly. We went round a giant loop and we went across a big bridge a couple of times. We've done it all. So yeah, this route is the Fife Circle line. It's on Steam. You can buy it now. You can take that as a small hint, if you will. And open the doors. Welcome to Edinburgh. See you later, little Quaz. You put a bet on once. You bet a fifer. It never came in first, but came in fourth. That's really bad. There we go, folks. JD Dev, absolutely. The headphones are the best. Right. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope that has been entertaining. They've got the full moon achievement this time, and 904. Call that a glod. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. It's been a longish stream, 2.5 hours. So let me just switch back over to here. Don't forget, tomorrow we have Dimitri on the Tees Valley lines. Saturday is Sam on the Norddeutsche Bahn. and Sunday I'm back again for the Frankfurt U-Bahn. Take care everyone, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Cheers everyone, bye bye.